What's happening, everyone? Art at PMF, and I'm out at SEMA officially. You saw me roll in last night. We hit the strip for a little bit, and this morning we got out bright and early to the event just to see how chaotic it is this year. And there are tons of people, tons of cars. I think this is one of the biggest events they've ever had. We've only been here about an hour or so we haven't gotten a chance to explore. But the first car we wanted to see is the one that was sporting the PMF logo, which is Aaron Stelly's Mark 7 Golf right here. This thing is awesome. We had it in the shop a few months back to do all the cage work in it and a couple little odds and ends. So it's always awesome seeing your company logo at a major event like this. I see Aaron in the corner over there. I'm gonna grab him. He's gonna give us a little breakdown of this car. Then eventually, once SEMA's over and the dust is settled, he's gonna get it back to our shop. We can do a full breakdown on that thing and let you kind of see the inner workings of what makes that such a cool race car. Well, here's the man himself, Aaron.
Hey, how's it going, Art?
Going good. How's your SEMA been?
It's been fantastic.
Yeah?
I gotta say, it's a little bit different than the last car I brought.
Right.
You know?
Which, if you guys don't know what he's talking about, in the description, I'm going to put his Instagram. His other car is incredible. I would say this is the go car and that's the show car. Is that fair to say?
That's pretty accurate, I'd say.
Right.
That car's got 150 miles on it, and this thing is like 150 miles from ripping it, so.
Right.
But, you know, that car 2 years ago had a crowd around me the entire time. This car, it's been pretty low-key, but the people that come and look at it are really looking at it. They're crawling through, they're looking at the cage work, they're looking at the welds, they're looking at the dampers and the brakes, and they're like, wow, a Golf R race car, that is super sweet. So conversations have been pretty good.
Well, in this car on the surface, as you walk by it, outside of the livery, it's hard to notice all the little touches, and we'll open it up and we'll show you the PMF cage that's in it. And then, like I said, once we get it back to the shop, I really want to dissect it and you can show all of the little things that make this so special. Maybe even some track footage. That'd be cool if we could splice in. So why don't you pop the hatch and we'll at least look at what's inside. I wanted to grab Brian. He's one of the owners of PMF, so he's partly responsible for this cage. Now, Gary's the one that built it up mostly. Or was it you, Ben? Who built the cage? Oh, this is the guy that built it. I gave Gary credit for no reason. He didn't even bother to show up at this event.
Gary's one of the designers, Ben's one of the builders. Yeah, we built it as a collective.
Exactly, and I took pictures of it when it was done, so it's probably my fault that it's in here too. Can we open up the doors and maybe, Brian, you can give us a little bit of a breakdown on what this cage is all about? Because this is a race car after all, so it's got to be a race car spec, I assume?
Yep, it's SCCA T3. Cage is built out of 1 3/4 095, mild steel, fully TIG welded. It's got some FIA inspiration as far as the FIA bars here, just for a little added side protection, mainly down by the feet. Also supports the main hoop here, where the A-pillar connects. It's a pretty standard cage from what we're used to building, but just your basic straight door bar design, chassis gusset in there. Overall, just real tight finish to the body is where we pride ourselves on.
Between the three of us, we could probably spend the next 3 or 4 hours talking about this car, so we'll save that for a different day in the comfort of our own shop. I know you got a flight out, so you got to get going, and we got to go take a look at about 10,000 other cool cars.
Absolutely.
So we will revisit this car. I will post a bunch of stuff on Instagram about it, so you guys will get to know it over the coming weeks and months. Anything you want to say to the audience before you take off?
Yeah, honestly, there's a lot of people to thank, but mostly you guys. My life is in your hands, and your metalwork is, you know, helping me not have to think about that right now. So thanks for everything you did to make this a reality.
Yeah, you're very welcome.
Well, and thank you. It's awesome seeing our logo at SEMA. It's always a treat. Is it the first year that's happened?
It's the first year for us.
It is the first year.
A car on the SEMA show. Thanks to this guy. So.
Well, and it's not the last year we're going to have one in here, whether it's another build of yours or one of ours or one of the many customers that we have through the shop. So we're going to keep walking around, show you guys some of the other amazing stuff at SEMA before we wrap this thing up. So far, we've just been wandering around looking at random cars. If you haven't been to SEMA, there's a visceral overload of things to see. There are probably 10,000 cars, and all of them are incredible in their own right. If you just saw one of these, you would stare at it for a half hour, but here, you walk by it in about 30 seconds. So I think we're gonna come through and get some more pictures and things, but we're on our way to Tread Pass right now, which is one of my favorite parts of this whole event. It has a lot of the JDM stuff, and Toyo always puts on a show for this one. So let's check it out. We did a pretty quick walk through the Tread Pass area. I'm gonna circle back and get more footage of that. But by the time we were done, talked to some people, the hunger had hit us. So we're heading out to the Strip, gonna grab some ramen, a place that I go to really often every time I've been out to SEMA, which is probably 8 years in a row at this point, besides COVID, and every time we go here. it's the final couple of minutes of SEMA. Clarissa's passed out over there, as you can see. I found the only grass spot in Las Vegas. We've been walking around for 2 days straight now. You guys saw a lot of the footage that we gathered. It's really hard to focus on one singular build besides the time we spend with Aaron checking out his Mark 7. But hope you guys got at least a taste of what SEMA's like if you haven't been here. This is my, I think, 9th year in a row coming down, and it's always a ton of fun. This year, I think, was bigger than ever because COVID a couple years ago, they kind of closed things down a little bit. Then the year after, it was about 60% capacity. Well, it's wide open now. The builds are here, the people are here. And if you can make it out next year, I would highly recommend it. We'll be out here doing the same thing, talking to people, making industry connections, but also making some cool content, checking out the awesome builds. These are things you could see on social media kind of build up over the year. So I'm already looking forward to next year. I talked to a bunch of people that have given me the vision of what they want to build and bring here. So I've got kind of a mental list of the things I want to check out in the year to come. So for now, it's back to the shop, editing this video, and then keep going on our content. It's going to be kind of off season for events and things. This is the last one of the year. So we're focused on building, focused on putting out different series, and hopefully just showing you guys what you want to see. And if there is anything specific in terms of builds, we've been doing everything. Being a fabrication shop, the variety is endless. We've done Euros and JDM stuff, American Muscle, and oddballs like the Batmobile. So if you guys want to see specifics, just comment down below, comment with what you like that we've been showing you, what you want to see more of, and I'll certainly do my best to deliver that. So thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you could subscribe to the page while you're at it, I would appreciate that as well. And we'll see you in the next build series that we're going to put out. Thank you very much.